Pledge of allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Dan's excused. Any citizens' comments? Any citizens' comments? Any citizens' comments? Comments are closed. Thank you. Announcements of the chair. I have none at this time. Supervisor reports. Dennis?
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ask him if he's ready.
Yeah, I don't
know.
I heard him say Dennis. I don't know. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A report on last evening's meeting of Public Works. I'm going to try to give a little wrap-up and then a little couple comments on the year. I'll start with Parks. Boundless Adventures end of the season recap I'm going to give since everybody was involved in that. Kenosha County's share of the gross revenue amount was $21,081. They created 25 new local jobs. Boundless Adventures used only local contractors and businesses to build the park. They donated free climbing experience to the Boys and Girls Club, summer youth employment program participants, veterans and their families, school groups, and local nonprofits. They also increased the public exposure to Pringle in the Bristol Woods Park. Fox River Park, we had a donation from a We Energies Foundation of $2,500 to assist in reforestation efforts within the park. This is due to the emerald ash borer infestation. The Petrifying Springs Beer Garden end of season report. Kenosha County's gross shared revenue was $66,582. They also created 25 local jobs, held 100 special events, gave $18,500 in local community donations to Boys and Girls Club, Education Foundation of Kenosha, Safe Harbor Humane Society, Kenosha Y-Link, and United Way of Kenosha County. They were estimated at over 65,000 customers in 2019. And lastly, in parks, all of our fees for rentals, entrance fees, beach, are remaining the same for the 2020 season. Golf Division, we officially closed Brightondale Links on October 31st due to the 8 inches of snow we had in Brighton. Petrifying Springs is technically still open, but the cart paths are mud, so it's walking only when the temperature is over 40. This does not lend itself well to much play. We ended up the regular season with a poor finish, naturally due to the cold, wet weather. We are currently holding the holiday golf sales at Pets. Kenosha County Center chiller replacement is ongoing for facilities and the planning and development remodeling. Anderson Arts Center, just about complete. It will be complete here in December. And joint services, evidence area renovation. Bids were received on November 21st, and initial numbers are close to the budget. We're in the process of verifying the bids. Highways, general operations are ongoing, which is salting, plowing, brushing. All of our road projects are on schedule. The major ones, a couple minor ones. So recap, Parks hosted over 200 events in 2019. Our partnerships have proven fruitful. Golf this year is running more lean and efficient than any time in its history, while giving the public its best ever product according to reviews. Facilities is a well-run, under-budget, quality-driven division that has efficiently run this year and in recent past. And we've planned and we're poised to begin major road projects in 2020, including the largest, which is Highway S, the county has ever undertaken. So with that being said, I have a little announcement. For the past 5 years, I've thought about when I may leave the county board. And I want to see certain projects completed, others started, and also, after 25 years, be at peace with myself that the time was right. And I believe with the way things are operating, that for me, my family, my business, the time is right. So I'm announcing tonight that I'll not be running for re-election in the 2020 spring election. I have served the residents of Twin Lakes and the town of Randall for 25 years on the county board, and prior to that, residents of the village of Twin Lakes for 7 years. I'll always be proud that my neighbors have chosen me to represent them for over 30 years. I figured on my way in here this evening, I spent the normal work here in my truck coming here and back, about 1,200 meetings total, 1,800 hours coming and going. I'll always be available to the county and those constituents to assist, advise, and help in any way, and I may also move into other endeavors, but thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Overman, thank you for your service to the county, and you will be missed.
Well, I'll have more to say in a couple of months, but thank you.
You will be missed. You'll be here till April.
I'll be here till April.
Come on. 25 years.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for picking on you.
Jesus.
Supervisor Franco.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say a couple words. I was able to pop into the public hearing this evening on the expansion of Highway 50. WSDOT gave a short presentation, and then there were representatives there discussing the different phases of the development over the next several years. Basically, most of you probably know this, but from just east of I-94 to all the way to, I believe it's 43rd Street, or is it Avenue? Avenue, thank you.
Yeah.
It will, that entire area is going to be redeveloped from the highway to about 57th. It's going to go from 4 to 6 lanes, or a 6-lane highway, and then from 57 to about 43rd, it's going to move to a 4-lane highway. It's going to be done over a couple years, starting in, I believe, late 2020, 2021, the west phase, and then they have an east phase, which is supposed to be completed in 2022. So just wanted to give an update.
Thank you. Seeing no other names, clerk?
County Executive Appointments, Jennifer Freiheit to serve as the Director of the Kenosha County Division of Health.
We're going to refer that to Human Services.
Resolution 1 reading 51 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution regarding transfer of tax deed land to City of Kenosha and approval of agreements with the City of Kenosha and Bear Development LLC. Finance and Admin, Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Gens, yes. Kubicki, yes. Poole, yes. O'Day, yes. Wamble, yes.
Supervisor Rose.
All right, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the committee, I would move resolution number 51. Mike,
Seconded by Ron Frederick. Ron? Yes? Oh, okay.
Your son.
All right, thank you. And before you this evening is a rather unusual proposal. You see the agreements there, and I'd like to sort of capsulize all of this as simply as possible so that you have a clear understanding of what's going on. The properties involved are a rather large parcel which is located on east of 39th Avenue between 40th Street and 44th Street. This is an unfinished development which began a number of years ago. It was called some Brookstone Homes. During the economic downturn, the person who was developing it lost it, did not pay taxes on it. It was an original subdivision platted for some 100 homes, parcels. During the economic downturn, the developer decided to stop paying the taxes and abandon the project. It wasn't until 2017 that the county took the property by tax deed, and there were some 89 parcels taken. There are 11 homes that were sold and occupied by various homeowners. But the county took by tax deed some 89 parcels, and that is the piece of land that we are talking about this evening. So this property in 2017 was taken by the county by tax deed and was never auctioned off. And the standard way, as you know, as we've discussed many times, that we auction off tax deeded property. This particular property is not being tax deeded, but we bring to you this evening a proposal for your consideration, which has been memorialized in the various agreements before you. So what is going to happen? The county cannot sell this property directly to a developer without going to auction. So what we are going to propose to you this evening is that the county deed the property to the city. The city of Kenosha has a proposal before with Bear Realty or Bear Development to purchase this, and Bear Development would build homes on this property, we are told, which would have an average price of some $230,000 to $250,000. There would be 88 parcels of land involved. This is very close to the UAW Center, which was also recently purchased by Bear Development. Now, where would we come in on repayment of our taxes? We're being asked by the city to forgive those taxes so that the city would not repay us. Those taxes amount to, round numbers, $273,000 in back taxes. We would be repaid in this fashion. First of all, as each particular lot and home was sold, $15,000 would go to the county. The balance would go to the city pursuant to the agreement that they have with Bear to purchase the real estate. $15,000 again going to the county per lot as each lot was sold. So this would obviously be over a period of time as the development progresses. Kenosha Youth Development Services has a location in downtown Kenosha. It's been there for many years. It's a older building which was formerly called Red's Roller Rink. Kids took it over, made it into offices, and have been using it for a number of years. This building was more recently sold to the city for their development plans for downtown Kenosha. The proposal before you then has Bear Realty leasing a building that they own on 52nd Street at the Sun Plaza. The building had been occupied by food store, a number of food stores over the years, Joanne Fabric. It's sort of behind the school district property on 52nd Street, if some of those names like Joanne Fabrics or the food stores aren't visual to you. That building would be renovated, kids would be occupying it. Now, annually, if you look at our budget or recall our budget, we have about $9 million being paid to kids every year for various services, including mental health services, various other kinds of services to youth. So they're going to renovate this, and the proposal would involve this $15,000, which we would receive per lot, going to kids to help the renovation of this property and develop this property that they will occupy. 1.2 million round numbers would be owed to Kenosha County pursuant to a note. That note would be repaid to the county by this essentially a credit, if you will, on an annual basis to the renovation costs and reduction of our costs on this $9 million that we spend with kids to finance their various programs, including mental health programs. So this would come out to approximately, I'm told, to about $100,000 a year in less cost to the county projected on this $9 million, so that there would be over a 10-year period, a savings to the county or repayment of this note of some $1.2 million. The benefits that the Finance Committee saw in this proposal that we present to you this evening is that vacant land, which is undeveloped in the city, would be developed. Some 88 lots would have homes on them of $230,000 to $250,000, and taxes would be, of course, paid on each one of those homes. So there's an annual benefit, as well as the benefit of a developed area which has been sitting there undeveloped for years. The second benefit is the redevelopment of a deteriorating area on 52nd Street with the occupying of a large building by Kenosha Youth Development Services. We would be repaid $1.2 million over an incremental period of time by virtue of a credit being given on an annual basis of round numbers $100,000 until we were repaid for the money that we would otherwise pay to kids in reduced costs to the county, which are direct levy costs. So that's in essence, I think, what is being proposed to you this evening. It was reviewed by the Finance Committee and supported. Thank you.
Any supervisor questions? Ready for a vote?
Roll call requested, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Amy's. There it goes.
Yes, thank you.
Claims, Roger Johnson, reimbursement of legal fees.
Refer to Corporation Council.
14, We Energies, equipment damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
Approval of the November 19, 2019 County Board meeting minutes by Supervisor Kubicki.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried, thank you. Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned, thank you.
Chair.